her condition. She was born with clubfoot. And tonight, Sharon Mamanyi tells us her story on Survivor Series.
It is a particularly bumpy and dusty road at an estate in Ruiru town, a road that eventually leads us to 23-year-old Jennifer Karanja's pleasantly warm house. The rough journey as if telling of a life story. Jennifer was born with clubfoot.
When I was a child, before I came to understand exactly what was going on, it was very challenging, because sometimes maybe when you've gone somewhere or visited somewhere and you have to remove your shoes, I always found that as a challenge, because once you remove the shoes, you see now children start pointing at you, laughing. They're like, wow, what a big foot, It has been very, very challenging. And as a child, I used to ask myself, why me?
But what exactly is clubfoot?
Usually the feet, instead of being straight and stepping on the, you can call it the sole of the foot, they sometimes step on the side of the foot so that they step like that, or sometimes on the top of the foot so that they step like that. So the foot is actually twisted, is pointed down so that the heel cannot touch the ground, and also is pointed inward, and then it's also twisted so that one tends to walk on the outer side of the foot or on the top side of the foot.
The doctor explains that the recommended method of treating clubfoot is through the Ponseti method, a manipulative treatment method where displaced bones are gradually brought into the correct alignment by use of a plaster cast. But Jennifer's parents did not find out about this until it was a little too late. At only 8 months of age, she had a corrective surgery. Unfortunately, instead of helping her, it worsened her condition.
Some parts that were not supposed to be cut were cut, so I think that made the case more complex.
If you are going to go the surgery way, then you need someone who is experienced to do that type of operation. A clubfoot operation is not an easy operation, and quite a lot of people try to do it, but then they are unable to fully correct it. Or sometimes even the foot itself is too difficult to correct, even with surgery occasionally. For the foot, of course, there are very many structures that you can injure, like the nerves, like the vessels. Then the second thing is incomplete correction. But as long as you have done an operation on any place, like a part of the body, there is scarring that takes effect. There is some scarring within the place where you have operated. That causes, for example, if it's the foot, to be very stiff, so that it is harder to correct.
From that first botched operation, Jennifer was forced to undergo surgery 5 more times.
The 5th operation was done at SQ Kijabe. That was 99, and with time I started noticing some difference, because before I used to wear shoes after every 2 weeks. I used to change shoes after every 2 weeks, but after having undergone this surgery, I noticed that at least now the foot was improving with time. But I was also becoming a teenager, and sometimes to wear special shoes, when you're in high school, people looking at you, they're wondering what's wrong, why is one leg shorter than the other, why are you wearing special shoes? So I just ignored, and clubfoot can recur if not well followed. So it recurred again after having undergone the 5th operation.
With the persistent condition, Jennifer's family was running low on hospital funds. At the young age of 17 years, she resorted to utilizing her singing talent to raise the funds.
These operations have been costly and have completely crippled my parents financially.
And in 2009, Jennifer underwent her 6th and finally successful surgery at the AIC Cure International Children's Hospital in Kijabe, a specialty hospital that provides surgical treatment to children with physical disabilities.
Before I used to limp a lot. When I was walking, you could notice I was limping a lot. So there's a complete transformation, and I can say it's almost like I've overcome.
Though almost completely healed, her foot has remained slightly disfigured, limiting the types of shoes that she can wear.
right now I can wear shoes, but I can only wear boots. I found a strategy that I compose myself. You know, I always wear something that is compatible with the shoes that I wear. And I decided to use my weakness as my stronghold. So I decided to, you know, start a campaign and create awareness and also inspire the other people, you know, born with clubfoot, and tell them that it's okay. There's this lady from Zimbabwe. She was very troubled. Her child had bilateral clubfoot, that is clubfoot on both legs. You know, it can happen. It's a common case. So she was very, very, very worried about her baby because she had looked for hospitals everywhere. So at last she decided to send messages or contact people who have campaigns on clubfoot. And so I happened to see her message, and through online communication, I contacted the doctor from Zimbabwe, and she got free surgery for her son. Now everything is okay.
Transformed both physically and in spirit, Jennifer, a gospel artist, is now dancing to an entirely different tune, a tune of victory.